We believe in the act of browsing and carrying and touching physical media.
We should be preserving and holding on to these things as long as possible, like a museum or like a library. I mean, we literally see ourselves that way.
1985, we started the store. We were both working and not very happy in our jobs.
We were just tired of working for other people, and we were both single. 1985, we were, let's do something where we're gonna meet interesting people that we like.
We read an article in a magazine about these video stores that were across the country, one in St. Louis, one in Berkeley, one in New York, and we were like, there's no place like that in LA, why not? We started very small, totally underfunded. We only had 800 titles, which today would be like somebody's personal video library.
My sister thought of the name. We were trying to think of one word that was short because we couldn't afford a sign, a neon sign.
We were lucky enough to get an article, I think, in the LA Weekly, like when we first opened, and that really helped a lot.
When Blockbuster was first coming here, all the other little mom and pop independent stores ended up closing within the first couple years, and we ended up getting this big jump in business.
They just didn't carry the inventory that we were carrying. We became sort of a resource for the film community and people researching casting or an actor or a set or anything like that.
As the years went on, we would do a lot of filmmaker events with just customers would come in that were filmmakers, directors.
Streaming, it killed us in those first years that they came out. A lot of video stores are closing now, and so in a lot of ways the history of movies are kind of going away. People going back into the library and finding something you haven't seen. That act and that process is kind of disappearing.
You are never going to see some of the titles we have anywhere. We probably have somewhere in the neighborhood of 50,000 titles, I would guess, and we try to keep VHS that are never been put on DVD before.
This is all of our VHS. I think there's a couple thousand VHS here. I mean, it's a bit dusty, but I mean, this is a documentary about the Dalai Lama by a company that's long out of print. I mean, they're gone. This movie will disappear if we disappear, and I think that would be a crime.
30 years of curating this library, it's quite a collection that we have here, and it would be really sad if it wasn't available to the public.
We've gotten so much feedback when people thought that we were in danger of closing. Everybody was very upset and passionate about us staying here, and I realized, we are a service to the community. I really want to see us, survive.
Video store is important, just like a lot of cultural places are important. It's important to have these things as our history. I mean, especially this town. I mean, this town invented movies. For this town to lose this store would be horribly tragic, if you ask me.
David O. Russell was very instrumental in pushing us to turn the whole store into a nonprofit. We didn't even know it was possible to have the whole store be a nonprofit.
Before we were more a service to the community for entertainment, and I feel like now we're more aware of our mission, which is to preserve, protect, and educate.
Because we went nonprofit, and we are now the Vidiots Foundation, it just creates a different place. It's more of like a community center.
We have a film trivia night that we do every month. We have a spoken word event. We do free screenings.
There's a great reason for this place. I relate to this place almost as an archive. The great thing about this store is how they framed it, how they organize it. And the people who work here know the stock.
I used to go to movie stores as a kid. We'd have sleepovers. My group of friends would all get in the car and we'd all spend an hour picking out our 3 movies. I think it's a nostalgic thing, and it's nice to come in and I talk to these guys and they recommend stuff, and they always ask me when I come back, what'd you think about it, and it's nice to have that human interaction.
I love talking movies with people. For movie nerds, it's just a great place to be because you're just among like-minded people. That endless discovery of finding something new is just so much fun.
They're not just in it to make money, but there's a love and a devotion to the art form.
We have the store because we want this inventory to be available to the public.
You get so much gratification from customers when you hear them talk about their experiences here, and it makes you feel good about what you're doing. We hope to be the last one standing. We've been saying that for a while, yeah.